Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel. I just wanted to talk to you a minute about credit. Sometimes people either don't have no credit or they have very little credit. And I'm going to kind of tell you my story on credit wise in case anybody is interested in that. Um, when I was a teenager, my mom and dad couldn't really afford that much. Like my dad did give me a car and all, used car, and I drove, but I never did have the money to go out and buy a brand new car or anything of that matter. And my dad couldn't co-sign for me because he didn't make a lot of money. But he gave me things I needed, but he couldn't afford an extra payment if I was to miss a payment. Um, so I never really got no credit. Even when I was out of school, I went for years paying for things that cash money. I never did have any kind of credit at all. Um, if anybody's having problems building credit, I want to tell you what I done after years of not having no credit. Um, I never had anything like washer and dryers, things that I actually needed. Sometimes that broke down on me. I couldn't afford to get because nobody would allow me to get anything. So I was up in my 40s before I even established any kind of credit. And one good thing is making a Credit Karma account. That way you can keep up with your actual credit on what's going on, and it's free. You don't have to worry about paying any money for it. I mean, you can check it anytime you want to. So Credit Karma is really good. I've had it for years. Um, what I would also say is if you want to start credit to build your credit, somebody told me at my work one day, said, and I'm not being sponsored by this. I'm just telling you what I did. Um, Somebody said start a Fingerhut account, and you can find Fingerhut on the internet. They sell items, but they sell it at a little bit more higher deal, and your payments may be just a little bit higher. But if you get something on Fingerhut, you can do like dish towels, wash rags, um, towels, things like that. That's what I started off with. They may be $100, $200, something like that, and it's going to be more probably than what you buy at the store. But it also helps you build credit. So once I did that, I paid off, the towels and all that. I got that, and I made the payments, and I made them on time. And you don't want to get behind. You actually want to make the payments. So that's why when you're looking through Fingerhut, only buy something that you can afford to pay. When you do a credit thing over Fingerhut, they'll give you a limit to start off with. It may be $200, it may be $300. Don't do the full amount unless you know that you're going to be able to pay for it. So check Fingerhut out. And what I did is I bought that in the beginning. I paid it off. I went back and got it again or got something different. And I've done that like two or three times. And they actually started putting it on Credit Karma, and Credit Karma put it on my account. And I started seeing my credit go up a little bit each time. I've had it now for a couple of years now, and I've got a pretty good score now. And the reason I say this is because there's a lot of people that don't have credit. Once you start establishing a little bit of credit, you can actually go on Credit Karma and pick out a card that might have a limit on it. So the first one I ever got, I don't have it no more. But the first one I ever got was like a student card that had like a $300 credit limit. And I could get gas, I could get things that, just basic needs. And I used that for about a year or two. And it started building my credit up. The thing that I didn't do is I'm not like everybody else. I don't like to get in debt over my head. So I don't go around and try to apply for every card that is known to man and have like 7 or 8 different credit cards. Don't do that. If unless you've got a lot of money to begin with, I wouldn't do 5, 6, 7 credit cards, because all you're going to do is you're going to max them out, and you're not going to be able to pay for them, and you're going to get yourself in trouble. I keep one card. Keep one card, and that's it. And then manage that one card and build on that one card. And what'll happen is they'll come back later on, and they'll, once they find out that you made payments on that card and you're not getting behind and you're keeping the payments on time, they'll actually up your credit. And the card will give you more credit. You may one year may go by, and then you might go from a $300 to $500, and then you may go from $500 to $800, and then you may go to $1,500, and there'll be a cap on the card that you get. And also there'll be a thing on the credit card too, on some of these cards, to where you can get money back. So as you're buying stuff, you can get a percentage of that back each time you buy something. And if you don't spend that, it builds up, and then you can use that on anything you want to use. So credit is a real good thing if you don't use it in a bad way. So I'm telling you, I was up in my 40s before I ever established any kind of credit to where I could buy anything. And for a while, I mean, it was kind of aggravating. Saving up a lot of money to buy stuff cash money is not easy to do. So I'm telling you this just in case it helps somebody. Don't get discouraged if you don't have no credit, because the way that things are going today, you need to be smart. Credit cards, companies and all that stuff, they want you to be able to spend all the money or max out a card to where you're not going to be able to pay it back. And then when they start tacking on all that interest, you're not going to be able to afford it. And all you're going to be paying is on the interest, and you're never going to get nothing paid down. So if you even got a $1,500 credit limit, don't spend but what you can spend and pay back. If you can only afford $200 a month, don't put $600 on that card. Put $200 or $150, and then when you get your check, pay it off. I mean, we got to be smart in the days and the times that we live in today, because the government's trying to take everything you pretty much have. They want to tax you to death and take what you have. My motto is be smart about it, buy only what you need. It's good to have nice things, but I think sometimes the American people can kind of overdo it. I don't have a boat, I don't have all this luxury stuff. Right now I'm doing a video in a building that I bought because I wanted a place to store some of my old junk. But to me, this is like a little bitty office too, in case I need it. Be smart about the things that you're doing, especially now in these times that we're living in. People's talking about how they invest and all now. That's all you see on the internet. Be careful. I mean, yeah, I do invest a little bit, not much. I do invest in some. And hopefully later on down through the years, I'll have a return on it. And I pray that happens. But don't put no more in like crypto or stocks or anything like that. Don't put no more in than what you're willing to lose, because, me personally, I can pray on something and I have faith. I believe God can, give us money. He can give us good life. He can give us good health. I believe he can give us all these things, but he also gives us a mind to where we, can get a feeling on something that's bad or something that's not right. And there's a lot of people out there that just wants likes and subscribes, which I appreciate it. If you like my content and you want to subscribe to my channel, I appreciate it. I really do. because it's your subscribers that actually are building you up. Um, but guys, I want you to know that I really appreciate what you do. If you've got a YouTube and you want subscribers, pray about it. Do the right thing. Uh, the Bible does say that there's actually wolves in sheep's clothing, and there's people out there, I believe, that tries to fleece the flock of God too. They want you to try to spend everything you've got and not be smart about it and set them up on a high horse. And I don't think God's happy with that. If you're going to be smart, pray about everything that you do, even pray about money that you invest in. You know, you always need a little bit of cash. You need to invest in things, but just pray and be smart about it. Watch and listen. And, if you get a bad feeling about somebody that you're listening to and something don't seem right, pray about it. Don't go spend all your money on something like one thing of crypto or something like that, and then it don't explode or it don't happen in years. And then I've seen platforms too that's shut up, and people's out of their money. They can't get it. So I'm just saying things bad can happen. Uh, that's why you always need to pray and ask God for right direction. And if you do put enough money in, don't put enough in to where if you do lose it, yeah, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to break the bank. You're still going to have money. Have you ever heard, don't put all your eggs in one basket? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't have it just in one little thing and that's it. Because if it bellies up, if you've got something else over here, then you can use. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody. I've probably had credit now going on a few years now, and my credit's built itself up, and it will over time. It just takes time to build it up. But if you keep your payments up and do good and keep an eye on it, you won't have no problem. Just don't get yourself in a bind. So if you like this content, hit like, hit subscribe. God bless y'all. I know this is Memorial Day. Labor Day. I don't know why I keep saying Memorial Day. Labor Day. Have a blessed Labor Day. Tell somebody that you love them. Have a good cookout. Eat some good food. And pray about anything that you do. God bless you. Have a nice day. And I'll see you on the next one.